Hello everyone. Just wait until
Absolutely.
9 o'clock and we'll start. Just get as many people in as possible.
Well,
Okay,
I accidentally closed my Discord.
Yeah, no worries. You're speaking now, it's fine. That's what, yeah, that's fine. Okay, let's turn it down a bit. During this amount ago, AFK Matt's got like a notepad document which I'll share to him right now, which you can just go through.
Okay.
Yeah, Loki, let's make it public. Just don't share the link.
We already pinged everyone.
Yeah, bro, we pinged. I'll ping one last time when it's starting, and that's it.
No, you can't ping everyone. No. Absolutely not.
Yo, Panthers, what have I done, bro? You know, you guys can like DM me, right? Like, I low-key,
I dislike you, owner.
DMs, bro.
I dislike you, owner. I guess.
Yo, maybe, bro. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how good I do.
Alright. Nothing. I just don't like you.
Okay, I guess, bro. Nice. No worries, Fantastic.
It's over. It's over.
It's all good. But low-key though, don't DM me during the Q&A because I might not respond. Just use the chat. I'm looking at the chat, bro.
I'll respond. DM me, please.
So true.
This guy will respond. I gotta spam you. Please don't.
Are we only gonna get like? Okay, we got another one. We got another one. We have 9 people in the audience.
Alright, that's fine. I wasn't expecting loads like you. That's why we record it.
Never mind. We lost one. We're back to 8 people in the audience. Oh wait, no, we're back to 9. We're back to 9. We got it.
I'm about to look in DMs and the most diabolical shit ever will be in there. I already know.
Right, so Fantastic just ping me, like I guess, bro. Just ping me, nothing else. People is people, numbers are man. I actually got a point, bro. You can't be greedy.
When were you?
Oh yeah, look, I actually go over people like getting refunded as well. People most likely, well, not refunded, but you know what I mean.
Oh, so he says. So what made you buy the server, Karnoskill?
Low-key, I kind of like the server. That's about it. I just like the server now.
Yes,
but again,
so true.
Because it kind of really pissed me off how it was run last time, and I kind of feel like I can probably do a better job, maybe. But we'll see how it goes.
It was a W server.
It just seems like a waste to just let it go, to be honest. And Ved's given me a reasonably good deal on it. He thinks he got a steal. I don't think he did, but like, look, if he's happy, I'm happy. So it's fine.
Wait, you bought a ring? You bought a ring?
No.
Oh wait, no, you did buy a ring. You did buy a ring. Here, I'm giving you your netherite ring back. I remember that you had netherite. I'm giving you netherite back.
Oh yeah, sure, you can do that.
I remember that.
By the way, we do have logs of all this. We're starting out. It was something that I'll go over during this Q&A. We do have logs of all of the people that did have ranks with the Tebex store, so I will go through all of the people that bought ranks and explain how we're going to do that.
Awesome.
You're not just going to lose it though. I will explain how it will work.
Why is average Sarkonian requesting to speak, guys?
You speak later. We're going to go through a few topics right now, and then we'll start the Q&A. It's going to take like 15 minutes going through the topics, and the Q&A will start. I'm not going to re-go over things I've already said in the announcement, though.
TTS bot. Yeah, so we should bring TTS bot up here so he can spam the chat.
We're not doing that, bro. Right, okay. Anyways, welcome everyone that's here. OBS recording. Have you got OBS recording, Matt? Yeah?
I do have OBS recording.
Right. I've got a document. We're going to go over a couple of things which I think people would be most interested in, which weren't listed very clearly in the document or weren't said because we weren't finished yet. There's a first topic I want to go over is mainly to do with the wall system. So the wall system, I personally think, is a big thing we need to line out early on so we can get it developed quickly. Quite frankly, last time what happened was the wall system wasn't very clear, and a lot of people ended up getting really pissy about it. The server died mainly because of that Valentine's War, due to very poor execution, which wasn't necessarily the dev's fault. It's a lot to do with the fact that it wasn't organised properly. So I want to line out a very clear wall system that has little to no staff intervention. It will have staff intervention, it has to. We can't make it fully automated, it'll be abused. But we want to make it to a point where staff can read a document and it's fixed. There's no room for interpretation, because that's what really ruins it. there's two proposals that we have for a war system. I wanted to ask the community first and what they thought about it. There's only like 10 people, so I'll probably do an announcement as well. But the first war system is more fun, more engaging. However, people might slander me because I've took inspiration a lot of Factorio war system, but we're not doing it's nowhere similar in terms of like how it works, but in terms of like having an objective King of the Hill, it's similar. People might get annoyed about that, but we'll see how it goes. But I have changed it up a lot. It's more fun, more engaging, and it actually gives people a reason to fight rather than the lands system where you have beacons and shit. Option 2 is reduces the dev time by a month or 2, and it's just normal lands. So if you want early server release, we can just do a normal lands. If you're okay waiting a bit for a better war system, then we can have a better war system as well. So I'll go over the first proposal, so you guys actually can have a rough idea of how it's going to work. I just want to get a split screen because this is kind of killing me low-key. Can we not just... Yeah, I guess not, bro.
I just want to say Hyacinthus is in the chat, and I want to shout out Hyacinthus, my muse, my joy, Hyacinthus.
Okay, bro. Nice, man. Nice. I can't have the chat open at the same time as the document. What are we doing? Hold on. Okay, there we go. I know tabs exist. Right, okay. Developer first one after you make the server with lands. Well, okay, another thing about lands is we are making a full custom land system. It doesn't really affect the time restraint as much, but it's a suggestion that Tuffles had, mainly because the last one was pretty rubbish. So he's going to make it custom. It's going to have a lot of things that lands does, and a lot of it will be taken off lands and just copied over, but for the most part, it's going to be a fully custom land system. Right, so the first proposal for the war system I'll go over a few points of what it consists of. So during wars, why is there an echo? What the fuck? Okay, it's the cam, my bad. In the war system, there's a few things which are underlined. I've took inspiration off two war systems on two different servers. One of them was like a craft server, which was like had a war system where basically each block has individual, block cooldowns on like actually the time it takes to break a block. Mainly so it doesn't entice faction bases. It's a very basic thing. That's just one thing to start off with. So each block will have the same category during wars. Each pickaxe, depending on its tier from wooden to diamonds, will do more durability but will never take more time. So no matter what enchant you have or anything, it won't take more time to break the block. Now, during wars, the main system how it will work is there will be, to win a war, the attackers and defenders, there's 3 battles total. This is something you might see similar if you're informed with Factorio development at all. There'll be a 3 battle war, where wars vary in time. We've not decided on the time yet, but we're looking at around an hour, hour and a half per war. However, how it works is that attackers will have so many lives. They'll have a war camp they can set up within outside 2 chunks of the claim. There'll be 1 to 3 supplies depending on the tier of the nation. Supplies are basically like capture points, so you capture them by destroying them, and then you have to retrieve them back to your war camp. Again, similar to Factorio. Now this is where the difference changes. With the supply system, how it will work is that once you break the supplies, you'll have to pick it up. The last person that destroyed it and got the hit that's alive will receive it. They pick it up, have to make it back to their war camp without dying. Now, to regulate this just to be purely attacker defended, what we've done is we decided to make the player, for 1, glow red once they have this supply in their inventory, and for 2, they have slowness and resistance paired up to make it fair, so it's not completely OP with the resistance, and it's also not completely OP with the slowness. It'll be very light, but just enough so people can't just run off with it and you can't catch them. In addition to this, if attacker does lose this block, the supply in their inventory, it will respawn its original position with 10% of its health. Again, it's mainly to make sure that PvP factions don't just war it, and I want to make this very clear. I don't want the server to be necessarily PvP orientated. I want it to be strategy orientated. So I don't want PvP cons to rule everything. However, it will seem like it from what I'm about to propose, but then I'll counter it why it isn't. Apart from that, traps will now be allowed as they were before, mainly because this might be a thing you don't like. In-claim PvP will be allowed. I'll go more into depth on it after fully going over the war system. But so far, that's sort of what we basically have for the war system so far in terms of that. And in addition, allies will not be able to respawn. Now, as I was saying before, you might have seen the announcement post, we plan to make it so TP isn't allowed anymore apart from one home TP. So what will happen is during wars, attackers will be able to TP to their war camp, right? However, each time an attacker dies, the time will be reduced from the overall time count on the war in these 3 battles. So it means that attackers only have so many lives technically, because each time they die, the time gets reduced. And if they don't succeed in capturing the supplies, then they lose that battle and it goes on to the next one. If people attack, they have 2 attacks and 1 defense, and defenders obviously have 2 defenses, 1 attack. Apart from that, apart from the fact that allies won't be able to respawn in your this chat, bro. Apart from the fact that attackers won't be able to respawn in the land claim, allies won't be able to respawn in the land claim of the attackers or defenders, it basically entices that you need close allies rather than having these PvP clans across your nation, because the PvP clans across the continent will not help you, because low-key, they're too far, they can't respawn, there's no homes, they've got 1 set home in the claim they're in and that's it. But yeah, the reason why is because we plan to hopefully implement Movecraft future on, like boats and stuff. And to do that, we do need TP off, or else it will entice nobody to do it. Apart from that, that's the main system we have so far for the war system. I'm pretty sure I said before with the supplies, how it'll work is depending on your settlement tier, you'll get so many supplies. No airplanes. No, it's maybe, okay, maybe, but it's not coming out on launch. Boats is something that we're thinking about, but it's not coming out on launch because low-key, it's like medieval, bro. Like we're not gonna have airplanes, but there will be boats and maybe naval combat we might bring back again. It mainly depends on how long the development takes. But again, we're going to see what we can do. We're doing stuff like in priority first, but the reason why we're making it so there's no TP is to enable future Movecraft. Now, a suggestion which was noticed to me last minute in DMs, which I'll bring up, is that minecarts and movable stuff, basically minecarts will have a speed increase until Movecraft's available, to the point where it'll actually entice people to make proper infrastructure. Another thing we want to do is that we want to basically... this chat, we basically want to make it so, like I said before, staff have little to no intervention in this. So you basically can decide how your nation runs, and strategy really matters to your gameplay in terms of like how you run your nation. It won't matter on whoever has the biggest PvP army. It'll matter of how people manage their allies and manage people around them. Again, without TP, this makes a lot of this possible. With TP, it makes none of it possible. So that's why we're evolving it around that. Anyways, that's the war system over and over for now. Feel free to say in the chat what you prefer, whether you prefer the war system I've proposed, or whether you prefer more of like a basic land system. Again, the first one will be more fun. However, it will take a bit more development time. I'm just giving you guys that warning. But yeah, it will be a lot more interactive. And again, it's not a copy, because if you look at the Pectoral War system, it is very different to the one I've proposed. It's just, it has a reasonable inspiration off it. No TP Geoport should be the strat from the go. Yeah, Loki. RX, I won't lie. What kind of plugins are we having? A lot of the plugins will be transferred over, not all of them. Again, there's going to be a lot of shit I haven't finalized yet. I can't give you a list of plugins that we're going to have. But yeah, I'll let Tuffles explain more after that, after we've done it. Questions, not yet. It will be soon though. I'm going over PvP rules and plugins again, this because it's not announced in the announcement, and refund policy for people that didn't like basically got their ranks before we took over ownership, which I think people will be nice to hear. Yeah, sure, Panthers, you can be the owner, bro. But yeah, apart from that, a quick thing with PvP rules, I'll just go over really rapid so we can get it in the video. PvP in Wild and Nether is going to be the same. Loot will drop, again, might entice PvP, however, there is traps, bro. Same thing with land claim PvP, however, items will not drop in land claim. It'll have death processes like the previous system, and people won't kill me, let me tab, please. Oh my god, bro. Anyways, land claim PvP will always be on, however, you can counteract this very easily because you can have traps in your claim, right? Attackers will be able to place blocks in your claim but have a 5-second block decay so they can't grief it. So basically, it just avoids them getting stuck in stupid 1x1 holes, but you can still trap them and force them to either go home or suicide or whatever. But yeah, traps are allowed. low-key, if you don't want to get raided, just make traps everywhere and have knockback swords and you won't get raided. It's not hard, bro. But it basically makes it so people aren't camping outside your claims, and it's really nice. But apart from that, PvP, not much difference from the original things. There's not going to be any cobwebs, no minecarts, no crystals, none of that shit. It's just going to be normal, like Diamond SMP without all the UHC shit. In addition, we are going to slightly adjust the... Okay, we are going to slightly adjust the gap and pearl cooldowns like we should have done before, bro. So pearls will now only have an 8 cap on stacks, and also there will be, I think we're going to do a 5 second cooldown, maybe 10, I'm not too sure. We're going to have to think about it, but we will add a cooldown this time because low-key it was so bad. Yo, chill. Thank you, but chill. But yeah, we will go over it and see what the pearl cooldown will be, but there will be a pearl cooldown, and the stack size will be halved. On top of that, gaps will now work in a similar way to that Stoneworks did. Basically, spamming gaps is kind of buns. It just removes the skill out of PvP, and people just, whoever's the richest, gap spam. Now gaps will have, you will be able to eat gaps 2 in a row before it has no effect apart from saturation, and you'll have a 5 second cooldown before you can then re-gap. Again, this is advice taken from a lot of the PvP side of the community that think the PvP last time was very unfair, and it was also my personal take on it as well. I've gone over it, and this is what people have most likely asked and what they preferred when they've been going over it. Strength for lifesteal kits. Low-key, I've not watched Strength and Lifesteal. Low-key, not a lot. But it will be very simple. Many more brewing recipes, and we will be going a lot into brewing actually, because I have been talking with Sped about this, and he's willing to reopen the Wayhaven brewery. We are going to continue the Wayhaven brewery from last time, where there'll be random like sneak hints of breweries. We'll add more random brews that the brewing staff can approve of and suggest, or sorry, I approve of and the brewing staff suggest. With brewing plugins, regards to that, obviously we're going to have advanced plugins, advanced brewery and normal brewery like we did last time. However, we're going to try and regulate it better so it's not as OP as last time, and it's very clear the rules, so they can't be used in wars, they can't be used in battles, but we'll adjust it. I'm not too sure if they can or can't yet, but I'm saying we'll make it very clear if they can or can't. Yeah, Solarian.
Just as a clarification for those in chat, we will not be having mods on Wayhaven. It will all be plugins. There will not be mods.
Only plugins, bro. That's all fine. No, only plugins. We're not having mods. Don't worry. Yeah, like why would there be mods, bro? Of course we're just doing only plugins. That's so buns. But yeah, okay. Apart from that, we're getting to the end of it now. The last thing I think people will be okay to hear about is that obviously, refund policy. A lot of you guys, especially with your custom brews, did get kind of screwed over. I didn't like it. A lot of my friends got screwed over as well. So, of course, it's very unreasonable for the guys that have just taken over to refund all of the mistakes that the last owners did. So we've come to sort of like a proposition where we're going to add premium currency into the game, where if you are unsatisfied with the item you previously purchased, you can get currency with that premium currency as in a gems, which you can then spend on either another game pass, brews, cosmetics, etc., rather than paying more money for it. Yo, yeah, I know, bro, but like low-key, it's either that or you guys don't get refunded. So it's the only system we've come up with, and I think it's better to give people an option rather than just nothing. But again, like that's what we've come up with so far, and that's what's most likely going to be happening. However, if there's no changes to certain ranks, obviously everyone will get refunded with their ranks because there has been changes and there will be stuff removed and added. So it's kind of unfair to allow people to keep them because it's not what they originally bought. However, the brewery plugins won't change, but the prices will be slightly increased. So those who had it beforehand can either choose to keep it at the price they bought it at, or exchange it for gems at the price they bought it at for something else. But that's so far what we've got. It will never ever be anything to enhance you. We will add cosmetics to the game, which is being worked on right now by one of our devs, but that'll be another thing you can use. More of a money drain. Again, we're adding this stuff not to make it unbearable, but to make it so the server can keep running. Because what I don't want is the so little game passes we had last time to the point where the server just dies off and there's no funds going to it. With more purchasable stuff, it means the server can run for longer and we can invest more into the development, rather than it just being no game passes, barely any revenue apart from launch, and then the server runs off fucking pennies, bro. So we don't want that. Okay. That's all of it pushed out so far. That's what we've got in the new document. Everything else should be underlined in the announcements. You can feel free to ping me, DM me, add suggestions in the suggestions channel to keep it more organized and have multiple people review it. But if you guys have any more questions, again, you can do that. But apart from that, that's what we've come up so far with that wasn't announced originally in the announcement. So now, Tuffles, is there anything you wanted to say in regards to development before we allow people on stage to ask questions?
Hi.
Yo, that ain't Loki, because you were going to say something before. You said you were going to talk about development before. Someone
yeah, basically, I guess the one thing I did want to talk about was the server performance.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Those who know Valentine's War, we fixed the TPS issue. And it's going to be carried over to the new iteration of Wayhaven. Right now, we're in the progress of custom developing a server jar. The server jar will literally be the exact same as the iteration we made for the Valentine's War. But it will be a lot more customized to Wayhaven. So yeah, no more TPS issues.
Amazing, great. Okay, is that all you guys had? Sinner, do any of you want to say anything, or Meta, do you have anything to say, man?
I just want to say that, like, I think there's a lot. I feel like the player base is reasonably very skeptical of just like everything Wayhaven related, because I think after so many iterations of this server, everyone is just a little bit tired. But I want to assure you guys that I am that I have a lot of confidence in Karno. He has good plans.
Thank you. I will genuinely try to not fuck you guys over. That's the last thing I want, because Loki, I've not been brought up like that. So how it was run last time can really piss me off, because it made no sense how we just got the server and then that was it. It just fucking got down into the drain. It was really bad. Right, I won't yap anymore. That's everything I wanted to cover. If the staff don't have anything else, actually, you can come up on stage, by the way. I think I invited you to speak just for the Q&A part now. I just wanted to get that over first. But yeah, so anyone wants to come on stage, please raise your hand. The first person that was raised was Sarkonia, so I'll let them on stage first. Loki, if you're just going to be stupid, you'll just get put off stage and muted. So genuine questions right now, there's not a lot of you, so we should be able to get through this quickly. But yeah, Sarkonia, you can come up first. Invited to speak. Well, yeah, feel free to ask away, man.
I am appalled that you would not be serious. I'm offended.
You're offended? Why are you offended, bro?
I'm not actually offended. Hi, Meta. What's up, Tuffles? I don't know Karno. No.
Hello.
Okay, but I just want to. So I have a couple questions. If that's all right.
Yeah.
Unless it's one. Is it one question? Okay, I got you. All right. So I just want to know about this war thing. Does it also count for the defender's time? Because I remember hearing, because I do have bad ADHD, as you can tell right now.
Yep.
I remember hearing that the attackers, every single time they die, it will be a time will be added to everyone in the pool, to the entire total attacker pool of so say it's gonna stack on, right? So say 2 people die, it's gonna stack on plus 30 seconds or something.
Minus. So there'll be So what there'll be like a war time in it, right? It'll be let's say an hour and a half. I don't know, an hour. We're still thinking about it. Every time someone dies, maybe 30 seconds will be reduced off the timer from the attacking side. Defenders, no. The whole point of the defenders is to kill as many people as possible and defend their supplies. That's the whole point. However, this is, again, if you attack someone, it will be slightly more defender-sided because you're attacking a defender's claim. How it will work, though, is that these supplies will scale based off the difficulty of the nation. So if they're only a village, like I said before, they'll only have 1 supply. If they're like a large town, city, they'll have 2. And if they're an empire or something like that, they'll have 3. So it'll be more difficult. The time restraints won't change. And it'll be more like that. It'll actually require you to have more people and better strategy to take over bigger land claims rather than just having a bunch of small land claims and a bunch of small PvP factions. It adds a bit of strategy to it, which is what I want. I want there to be more strategy rather than just PvP people ruling and just RPUs ruling.
Yeah.
I think that's a...
How does that add to strategy? Is my main question. How does that add to strategy based on... Because at the end of the day, even if the defenders are also have good PvPers, it is just going to come down to a big PvP aspect.
Yeah, of course.
If the defenders,
I agree. No, I
their
agree. There will
PvPers and the attackers.
Yeah. No, there will definitely be PvP aspect to it. The reason why is because, like I said previously, allies will only have 1 life in your wars. Now, they can come back, but they have to walk back. So when I say strategy, I mean it really matters who your allies are. You can't just have allies of the strongest nations across your continent, or not across the continent, but across the map, because it won't help you. This is why I didn't say this before, by the way. The map size we want right now, I'm stuck between a minimum of 7.5k by 7.5k, depending on activity, and 10k. The reason for it, you might think this is too big, but the reason for it is because we're also merging, not communities, but we're partnershiping with RNC, which have a similar size, more active player base that we have. And it basically, the reason why is because us and RNC, just to elaborate.
What sense?
So RNC is like Rise and Conquer. Some of the staff aren't here; they're meant to be here.
But yeah, I know.
But they're an RP server basically. They're more of an RP geopol. No.
I know what RNC is.
I know, but
the last
don't. The reason
okay.
why is because we plan to make a hub. There'll be us and there'll be them, and we'll partnership with our communities. Because right now we're both like have reasonable amount of people, but not enough between us. And people want so much stuff. I don't want to just push away the RPs completely. I want to give them an alternative. But yeah, sorry, what were you saying before, Sarkonia? So did I answer your question? Or did you have another one? Sorry.
I'm just like, I mean, and okay, can we make like an area, like a bed area with allies included?
Well, but the thing is, you can only have one set home, so beds won't be affected. So no, there won't be like a bed area with allies included. This is why it makes it as fair as possible. You can't.
But we can set a home before the war, right?
Well, no, because
that's not going to be.
Only set your home within the land claim you are in, so you can't just like set home. So this is why again it really matters on who your allies are, because they can't just teleport in again. There's no TPs. The only home you have is your own home, which has to be within a claim that you're originally in. Now, of course, we have thought of the fact that people can just get invited last minute to claims. We will add time restraints on this, and we will work a way around it. How we're going to do it right now is not 100%, but we do know that's an issue, just to elaborate. But again, I'll think more about that, and I'll go off suggestions that I'm given. But yeah, I do know that might be an issue of people joining last minute. That might have to be a staff restriction. It might have to be regulated. I'm not too sure, but we will sort it.
Where people joining, so like if you join, so say like, okay, is there going to be playtime rules, or is it like at least as long as it's not like
there will be playtime rules, so you can't have straight log.
Okay. Is there going to be like I'm fine with playtime rules, but is it going to be like crazy playtime rules? Are going to be 5 hours again, or is it going to be like
it's not going to be crazy. It'll be a few hours, because Loki, if you have logons, what I've noticed is that the logons can't be asked playing for even an hour. Like, even if you say AFK for this time, they'll be like, guys, I've got better shit to do. Even if it's 5 hours, they most likely won't stay on for 5 hours if they genuinely can't. But yeah, there will be a bit of a player count that people actually play the game. It'll be similar to the previous time, yeah, I'd say. I don't want it too much, to an unreasonable amount. Maybe 5, maybe 12. That's sort of like the maximum range hours that you need playtime to participate in a war. But yeah, we'll make it so you can't just have 50 logons in 2 seconds.
Okay, that makes sense. I guess then, yeah, that makes sense. The entire logistics thing is kind of more based on logistics, depending on your allies. But they can come back. It's just like considered one night.
Yeah,
they can come back. Yeah. Gear will be dropping, right?
Yeah, of course.
That is the main thing.
Of course. There won't be
okay, so gear will be dropped.
Yeah,
and it's going to stay vanilla PvP, right? Basically, like I'm an SMP without
shit. There won't be any death bros. It'll just be your shit just drops, man. Your shit drops.
Oh, okay. Is it going to be like that in Wilderness? Because I heard there's going to be death roses in claims.
In claims, death roses. In Wilderness, no death roses. So it'll just be items drop.
So in Nether and Wilderness, just
that's correct. Yeah. However, to avoid nether trapping, another thing which I forgot to mention before, it is in the announcement again, but I'll just reiterate for you guys that didn't read it. I suggest you read it, bro. It says a lot. I spent a lot of time on it. But basically in nether, there will be like a block decay, so you can't just like block up nether portals, make traps around it, so you're not worried about going through portals every time. So if there's a nether portal, there'll be an area where you physically can't place blocks and it'll delay it unless it's within a claim. If the nether portal is within a claim, then it won't matter, obviously, because you want to build around it. But in wildness, if there's a nether portal, then basically there's a block decay around that within like a 2-chunk radius, so people don't just get camped and killed on spawn. But yeah, there's going to be no villagers, bro. Loki, there's going to be no villagers. We're not having villager fans.
No villagers.
Is it going to be like armadillos again?
I don't see a problem with armadillo farms, that's fine, but there's going to be no villagers, bro. Loki, there's no villagers.
Okay, so it's gonna be like last time. It's gonna be like last time.
Yeah.
Enchantment tables are okay, villagers are not.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. So just to like clarify on the word, you said 3 battles. What do you mean by 3 battles? Is it 3 battles to capitulate a nation, or like 3 battles can happen at once?
Nation, it happens
in a day.
So basically, like I said before, same war system, repeated. If you're attacking someone, you attack people twice. Buff apple gains from leaves. You know what? Not a bad shout, because I can't lie, it was so annoying to get apples when we were grinding for them in Wayhaven, man. Like, they dropped like, I think we got a stack in like an hour. It was ridiculous. So that That's a good shout. I will note it down. We might be buffing it. I'll see what it. Yeah, I know it is out.
Well, I actually have a recommendation. And like for like stuff like that, what if there's a staff shop?
Sorry, say that again.
There's a staff shop or something to like fill in the void of no villagers for apples. Because that is honestly the most annoying thing was the apples. Like it was insanely AIDS.
No, I'm so sorry, bro. Say that. It's like I completely missed that, bro.
I'm sorry. Wait. What if there's like for apples? There's like a staff shop for apples to buy them.
Oh, a staff shop? No, we most likely won't have a staff shop. Actually, maybe. Okay. Another thing, which I actually didn't mention in the announcement document, which is a little leak for those who actually are in the fucking call. As there's no TP, and as the map is quite large, there's two things to basically incentivize more PvP between nations, and also add a bit of like exploration and adventure to the game. One, for claims, last time I think it was 5 chunks, the distance between nations. Because we're having a bigger map, we're going to make that distance 20 chunks, so you can't claim within 20 chunks of another claim, basically. But there will be a bigger map to correspond for that. And again, you can raid places anywhere on the map. You just got to think about it. If you raid somewhere across the map, think about where your allies are. Because if your allies aren't local, you'll be on your own for that attack, and it'll only be you guys respawning. The second thing, which I may or may not have just blanked out. Holy shit. We had that. Oh my god, what were we just talking about, bro? I just blanked out. You know when you just blank out like that, bro? Oh my god. Wars, bro. Holy shit. Flagoni, what were you just talking about, bro?
Shit.
Oh shit, bro. Was... blanked out. Yo, chat.
Look. Wait. Hold on. I can remember. I was just. I think I was asking about
admin shops, yes.
Thank you. Admin
oh yeah, I was talking about admin shops. But wait, actually, a question. Will people be able to TPA to their town when they're invited at first, or they have to walk all the way to the town?
Yeah, so they have one TP when you join the server. You have one.
Yeah, so you can TP home. You will have a home.
No.
So say you join the server, you can like TPA to someone, or is it just like a one-time home?
It's a one-use TP when you join the server, so you can TP to someone. Yeah.
Okay, that's hot. Okay.
Yeah.
I guess the main clarification about the war thing was is the 3 battles gonna be all at once? Like, is it gonna be all at once? Like,
it's gonna be all at once.
Okay, so there's there's one battle at this one city, there's going to be another at the other city, right?
No, okay, so how it's going to work is there'll be a bit of like a period in between, but it's going to be like 10 minutes or something just for them to prepare, right, and get there.
Okay, so it's succession.
So yeah, basically, the attacking nation will have to pick which claim they're attacking from. I think this is kind of on the spot right now, so I'll also write it down. I think what we're going to do is we're going to have to make it so the closest claim is the one that gets to you. So let's say the attackers attack a certain claim, right? Their closest claim to that one will be the one that they have to defend against. So they can't
that makes sense.
Defer this one. I will low-key write that down.
And then it goes from succession, right? And then it goes the closest one to that town that just fell. Or like the closest one to... Because if the defenders... So actually, here's actually a main question. I don't know if we've talked about this.
Yep.
If the defenders defeat the attackers... Do they immediately take the attacker's town, or they have to seize their attackers?
Again, however they defend their town. So basically, if the attackers attack someone, there will be, again, like I said, two defenses. If the attackers are attacking, there'll be 2 attacks, 1 defense for the attackers. And again, more defender sided, 2 defenses, 1 attack. If the defenders win 2 of the whatever rounds, then for 1, their town will then have a cooldown from that nation from attacking again. And also they will also be able to just instantly attack them afterwards if they wanted to. Again, it depends. There will be, of course, a bit of time duration from this. There will be some tickets involved, but it won't take more than... We're hoping it won't take more than 3 days to get a war actually put in place. So the second it's declared from, we don't want the war to take more than 3 days. If it does, it's the nation just going to be war dodging, and then you get so many reparations from that nation or reimbursement, whatever. We'll think about it. We're not too sure yet about how that side's going to work. But so far, for the actual system, that's what we've got. But I can't promise anything else right now because, again, it's sort of going off a whim. But that's what we've got so far.
Wait, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm just a little bit confused. So when the attackers, so there's going to be, for the attackers, there's 2 attack battles and 1 defensive battle, right? Yeah. The defensive is quick clarification. The defensive is if both attacks fail and attackers go on defensive, right?
No. So it's attack, defense, attack. That's how it works. There'll be like 10-minute intervals in between the battles. So there's 1 attack originally, and then there's 1 defense for the attacker side. Then if it's a draw at that point, then it'll be an attack again. But again, they need to.
Oh, so it's like the defenders have to attack the town. So say if Sarkonia took a town from Balmore, then Balmore has a chance to retake that.
Yeah. Another thing you actually just put a thingy in my mind right now, a point in my mind, is that we might do it so that it's if the defenders win. So let's say if the defenders win their defense, then they get to attack. If they lose their defense, then they get another defense. That actually might be a shout, because it doesn't really make sense for the attackers to go on the offensive once they've lost a defense. So we might do it so that there's 2 defenses in concession if they lose. But yeah, that's what we've got so far. All right. Is that okay?
Well, I'm sorry. For me, wait. I don't know if in the beginning. Wait, what did you say in the beginning?
So I said basically in the beginning I was saying it would be attack, defense, attack, no matter what. But I'm saying now, after talking to you, it might be worth making it so defenders, if they lose, then they get another defense. If they don't lose, then they get an attack.
Okay.
And just do it, but attack, defense, attack sort of thing, basically.
Okay. That makes sense. Okay.
Yeah. So that's the premise of it that we've got right now for the war system.
So, and at the end of the day, this is a mainly objective war system, right? It's not based on kills; it's just mainly objective.
The system itself is either or. So right now, I'll announce it, see what people prefer, especially after this. If you guys want to say in chat right now what you think, but it's going to be between that good war system, which I think is really good, or it's between the normal land system, which will not increase the release time. It'll be like a month or 2 less, but the new war system's way funner, and it'll be way more engaging for nations. And it'll be more fair rather than just PvP focused. You'll actually have some thought in it. But yeah, either way, in a war, your allies will not be able to they have as many lives as they want, but they have to come from their original home all the way back. The only people that get respawns is the defending claim and the attacking nation, or the defending nation, the attacking nation. That's it. So your nation can spawn in that town to defend, and the attacking nation can spawn in their war camp to attack. That's it. Allies, 1 life, they can come back as many times as they want, but they need to obviously walk back.
Right. That makes sense. And you can have unlimited, and just quick clarification, you can have like unlimited, like if you outnumber the attackers, if you outnumber the defenders, yeah,
it's fine.
You're not going to be cut down, right? Like you're not going to be like, oh, you have to. Okay, nice. Okay.
Was that everything you had?
No, I think that's it. Thank you.
All right, awesome.
Yeah, if you've got any more questions, again, all of you can feel free to DM me, maybe down.
I believe Whooper was up next.
Yeah, Whooper was next. Loki, I'm taking time with you all because a lot of you have your hands up, so we can actually get through people. If more of you have your hands up, then we'll try and get a bit quicker. But yeah, and we'll get more people on stage. Whooper, you want on stage, bro?
Oh, okay, so Whooper's mic.
So you went on stage and you had no mic. Low key, bro. You just typed in chat. Like, okay, it's fine.
Well, you can put your question in chat.
Yeah, just put your question in chat, bro, because we could have just read it this whole time. It's fine, man. It's fine. I'll definitely do like that, bro. That's fine, but again, any of y'all want to raise your hands? Feel free, bro.
Price of town making is a question that we've gotten.
Price of town making. Not confirmed. Again, the custom land system is being made. Values and stuff we'll think about more often. Values and stuff, nothing is confirmed. What I'm trying to get out is basically the premise of how it will function. The actual values of what stuff will require is not confirmed yet. Again, we've been thinking about it for a while, but the actual transfer happened, like 3 days ago. And the dev server's only just gone up. So again, there's stuff that needs to definitely be pre-worked on. But we will try over the next, I want to say week, after next week, we'll hopefully have some stuff to present to the community in terms of like the odd dev release and just overall just things you can actually see to give you more faith. I was thinking we start with the bad war system, as I don't think that there will be any wars on the first month of the server, then roll out the custom system because it might have bugs, so it is better to roll out later also for the first month people won't be that advanced enough to war. Honestly, better proposal, what we could do is we could just make it so, for one, you won't be able to war people. We said in the first week for now. We can delay that further if people want it to be delayed further, but it might not be on launch, but we will just have it delayed to the war system. We don't have to like fully not do it, like we'll work on it, but we'll just delay until the war is actually ready. But we'll have it like a delay time. That is fine. Yeah, I know, bro. I know. But yeah, the server will be up. It's just you guys will have like at least a minimum of a week war grace period to actually get your shit done. Again, we might up that depending on what people want, but that's what I'm saying right now. And also, it protects people as it takes a while to.
Do we have any more questions?
Apart from the chat, bro.
I guess a question that we have is meow for us, please.
Yeah, Loki, no. But yeah.
Oh, can I meow? Can I meow? Oh, I can meow, but I'm not going to. I'm not going to.
But yeah, if you guys have no more questions, we can honestly leave it there. Again, I think that's mostly everything that we've gone over. But again, last time, before we head into the Q&A, because it's all recorded, it'll all go into the announcements once I've edited it, because Loki, it's going to be kind of buns. But yeah, I'm done with questions. Amazing. Anybody else get any more questions?
All right.
Again, you can ask later. But yeah, that's it.
All right.
No one's got their hands up, so I'm hoping we're all good. Obviously, not a lot of people, but I mean, hey, I'll take 10. The double digits, bro, it's fine.
All right. Thank you all for turning up to this Q&A. Hang on tight while we work really hard on the server behind the scenes for a month or two, and then we hope to give you the best server possible when we launch.
Well, that's very vague, by the way. I don't want to put like a release date on 2 months because
yes, very vague, very vague.
But if we are going with this new war system, it might add another month, so we might be looking at 3 instead of 2 to
3 months. 3 months, I think, is realistic.
But, yeah.
I mean, the Wayhaven community is used to 6-8 months,
yeah,
so we're fine.
But they've already been waiting that long. That's what. Hey, it's already been waiting that long. Okay, yeah. Right, thank you very much, guys. I'll end it here. If you've got any questions, feel free to DM, message, slash, ping, ideas, whatever. I'll read through all the ideas and stuff. But yeah, thanks, guys. Thanks for those who did. I'll see you guys later.
All right, peace.
Bye.